hello, all you. Oh, that's the wrong one. Oh God. Oh, this is just exactly what I didn't want. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Wargamer. I'm your host Rob. Welcome to me. Oh my God. Welcome to Stream Street Day 122. That's right. It's just me in the studio again today. I have a shirt that is green that blends into the green screen, and then a T-shirt that is yellow and for some reason also blends into the green screen. I don't have a guest. This is probably going to be shit, but I love you all. Thanks for being here. Today is maybe the first time I'm just clocking in, and then I'm clocking the fuck out, so I apologise. But thank you for joining me. Tomorrow will be a cracking show. Today, I'm here. So, hello, everyone. Love to you all. Patreon guys, love to you. Podcast guys, stay hydrated, stay well. Also, I don't know where you guys are in the world, but it is warm as balls in here. Warm, warm, warm. It's really warm. We're all your guests. Yeah, Will Duckerel, that's the right way to look at it. Do you know what? You are all my guests today. You special people. So, hello everyone. How are you all doing? Today is going to be mainly based on you asking me questions, as having done 6 shows in 2 days, I don't think I got anything left in the tank. I don't think I know a thing that you care to know. Nuh-uh, nothing. I'm just here, ready to answer questions. I do need guests. That's a fact. Let's talk about how our favourite person is on Twitter now, Cinderfall Gaming. Is that Derry Girls? Are they on Twitter? I think is that. Also, I really enjoy that the Honest Wargamer crowd. We're all just like, do you know what, Rob? Fuck it, I'll give Derry Girls a try. And we're all just in it. So please do tweet me if you do watch Derry Girls. I'm into that. Hello, oh God. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. Typhoon 2, let me check in on the stream street for the first time in a while, Rob. This is going to be shit me. Good to see nothing changed, lol. I've had some good shows, I'll have you know. Oh my God. I have had some good shows. Not many, but a couple that have been really solid. Fuck you, Typhoon 2. Fuck you, buddy. Morning Wargamers, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. What are your 10 favourite Conservative Party leaders? All of the dead ones. That's what I'll say. That's what I'll say. To understand how I feel about that particular political party's leadership, just listen to anything by Frankie Boyle. That's pretty much my thoughts. Rob's shirt has been changed. That's true. I also changed my shirt during Stream Street, but 122. Can I actually tell you guys that because of you lot, when I get dressed in the morning, I'm like, I best put on a different shirt to yesterday because those motherfuckers will notice. And I don't have that many shirts. And also the shops were closed for ages, so I was like, oh my God. Happy Friday, Owen Jackson. I hope you guys are all going to have a great weekend. Good Lord, it warm. I'm sat at the window arch on my lunch break and enjoying toy chat with the sunshine. Good. Yeah, me too. Question, is it true that only successor chapter of the Flesh Terrors are the fleshlights? Yeah, that's actually, that's good. And also the author. I'm not going down that road. That's slander. I shan't. Do you think I'm not answering anything from you, Serenity? What's your favourite colour? Orange, actually. Well, for minis, orange and yellow. I just think it just makes it pop. Pow, 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 pow. Pow, pow, pow. But in real life, black, I guess, would be... I guess that's the question. Anyway, let's talk some Warhammer, maybe. Does anybody someone have a Warhammer question? That's all I need. What's your favourite herb? I've not really been into herbs much, but oregano has been a new thing I've been experimenting with. Just like everyone to know. Also, the other day, for the first time, I chopped up some garlic. Never done that before in my entire existence. Chopped up some, because I've been getting into woks. This is not Warhammer related at all. Getting up to cooking in a wok. Chopped up some garlic. I've been following the wok guy on YouTube. Oh, Serenity, thanks for subscribing. You didn't have to subscribe, so I would answer your question. Just you guys, your questions are just taking the piss out of me, so that's why I wasn't answering them. But thank you for subscribing. Solid choice. Okay. Is the Super Series AOS only? Okay, so yeah, later on I'm actually doing the Super Series FAQ, live FAQ, so that will be better than this. So please do join me for that at 4 o'clock. And no, it's not AOS. It's AOS only initially, but it's 40k also eventually, because obviously that would make sense. And also because we're going to have a stadium where it's all set up and ready to rock, and I think it works just as well for 40k as it does for Age of Sigmar. So there's your answer. If you go on the T Sports website, you'll see that there's like a little button you can press and be like, 40k. Have you talked about the Sons of Behemoth in any news there? I guess not, really. I mean, so in the GHB, I actually haven't talked about it at all. In the GHB, the points are in there for the Gargants, so we know the points, which is cool. But we don't know anything about the rules. We only know one leaked piece of information. I'd also like to talk about the fact... I'd also like to talk about the leaked information, FYI. Leaked information comes to me via friends of people who shouldn't be telling people. I'm just saying that's the process. So if you hear me say something and you're taking umbrage with it, looking at you Games Workshop, maybe you should be questioning who the people you trust. Yeah, that's a very specific burn. Yeah, for the intern that's got to listen. This is all I want out of every stream. Fuck. When will you do a stream clean shaven just to spice things up? Never. I have a really weak chin. So hold on, I'll try and... I don't know if most of you... Anyway, but I'm not that self-conscious about it. I just quite like having a beard. I think it looks quite nifty. You know, in my off days, I sometimes am like, yeah, I'm a bit of a Viking. Only I wouldn't really rape and pillage. So I'm kind of like the cook they'd leave at home, I reckon, doing some gardening. And like all the warriors would come up like, arr, and I'd be like, arr. And that'd be it. Oh my fuck, says Henry Steele, not sure that is. What advice would you give to the Space Marine player who eyes up Primaris and having size envy? I don't know. Aren't Marines a bit boring? Just saying it. I mean, they're not AdMech, are they? Heresy Marines, very different. Loads of story. Current Marines, boo. Boo. Can't believe you just clapped back at Games Workshop. My head is round. Thank you. Appreciate that. The Viking who politely invades. Nice. Also, it means you only have to wash half your face. Do people with beards not wash their beard? It's not okay. I am really enjoying Chaos. Yes, Nick. Chaos Marines are cool. Obviously. They're really, really wicked. In fact, actually, thinking it through in the Heresy books, the Chaos ones were the cooler ones. I think Word Bearers, incredibly dark and creepy. Yeah, actually, great point, Nick. Ooh, tell me... No, there's no shade. So out of the pixeled Primaris Elite pick, are we still hopefully due a land speeder? I don't know, actually. That's a good point, maybe. Have you seen how much of a boss the new Sekron Scorpec Lord is? Blender. I have. And actually, having played some 40k this week, and if you listen to yesterday's show, and if you listen to last night's show, I am in love with new 40k. It's a great game. I'm just as in love with Age of Sigmar, but 40k now is a game like Age of Sigmar, where it's about the objectives. So I'm really into it, and it's great. And I think I need to play on a board with more terrain. The game I played the other day maybe didn't have enough terrain. I think Tom was kind of slightly throwing shade at me last night to say that. So I heard that. And I asked him after, he was like, no, you're fine, dude. But what he means when he says, no, you're fine, dude, is, no, you should have had more terrain, dude. So I need some more terrain. So I quite like the idea of like some like Scorpec Lord just like running between buildings, just like chopping heads off and just being awesome. So he does look great, Owen. And it's also a really fun game, Owen. Like, really fun. And really maybe it is advantageous if you prep. And I know you love a good prep. Love a good prep. What's the Gargant leak? You got distracted. Oh, the Gargant leak is just that it's in the GHB. Right? The points. And also that they can kick objectives. Boomf. And they can be allied into every army. Boomf. That's the Gargant leaks. If anyone didn't know that. I thought we talked about this months ago. What do you think the next Age of Sigmar army book will have to be? After Sons of Behemoth? Aren't we due a Nurgle book? Or an Idneth book? They're the oldest books. Are they? Yeah, Idneth is even older than Nighthaunt and Stormcast. Yes. Idneth and Stormcast are old, came after. So Nurgle, Daughters of Cain, Ideneth are the ones I would expect to get new books with outside shots of Nighthorn and Stormcast, because they're the older books to be reimagined. So yeah, also hoping for Erebus is a Jimmy Samuel 30k. Not sure he's quite that bad. 40k buddy. What do you think of the updated GHB missions and the new ones? I enjoy that they make battlefield roles more important, e.g. more points for having monsters, says Skullbear. I really like the new GHB missions. I think they're really good. And obviously, if you listen to me on Warhammer Weekly or me on the Age of Sigmar show on Monday, I also said that I really like the secondaries as well. I think that they're a little bit... I actually have something. I have something to talk about. Nailed it. Nailed it, guys. Thanks for the question. Who was that? Who was that? Thanks for the question, Goldbear. Get ready. So I've seen on Twitter, the home of all my gossip, FYI. I've seen on Twitter people saying, had a really great game of Age of Sigmar. I didn't get to roll off and pick the realm. And then some people being like, oh, interesting. You're following the roll off and playing the realm rule. And then the guy gets saying, yeah, it's part of match play. There's no way I'm doing that. Zero fucking way I'm doing that. What, like, I rock up and 50% of the time I get to choose an additional buff to my army based on a roll-off. How is that close to any sort of match play balance? 0% chance I'm doing that. Someone's like, you're rolling off the realm. I'm like, not fucking likely, son. Like, I'm not, like, not in a, like, an antagonistic way. It's just like, no, I'm not doing that. That's like, no one has read that and gone, yeah, all right, you and me start rolling off the realm. Because it's like, it's madness. The whole army, the whole board entangling. Because some of them do nothing. Yeah, so already those ones aren't going to get picked. So it's between the three really impactful ones, so entangling, whether or not you can see whichever the one that stops line of sight shooting, yeah, that one. And you might be like, oh, it's a really good way to balance. You might not bring a shooting army because I can just make everything so that you can't shoot me. Well, it's like, yeah, but KO are a shooting army. They got no choice. They got zero choice about being a shooting army, you know. So, yeah. I don't want to use the realms at all. Never mind roll off for them. Thanks, Pete. I'm in. Vote in the chat. Who wants to use the realms at a match play tournament? Because who gives a shit? That's my, like, really tired, a bit too sweaty for this, not prepped answer. Answers on a postcard. But Twitch chat, not the postcard, because show my age. But, I mean, you can send me a postcard if you want. But, I mean, probably not because of COVID. I wouldn't mind. What's the point of a postcard anyway? Right, anyway. So don't you roll for the realm you're in? No, fuck that. Sorry. Maybe I've gone off too quickly there. What does everyone else think? See how I'm being more like considered nowadays. I would like everyone to a round of applause myself, being less me and more the man you want me all to be, which is gentler. Realms should be left to the TO and not used as a standalone game. Thanks, Jabs. Agree with that. I think the realm roll-off will be ignored, as many by the 10 VP for fully painted. Agree with that. Have any of the new armies gotten a second wave of models yet? A couple got new books. Not sure if any got more than a character model with that, says Scott B. Well, I'll come back to that, Scott B. Going back to the books that we might expect to see this time around. Go whole hog and add the realms to match play 40k. I'm in. No, that's you flipped it, Sir Callum. I'm the other way round. Nailed it. Right, I'm playing new 40k with realms. That's the better way to do it. Unless they bring the appropriate table for the realm, then I'll ignore it. Why would I want to play in a game in which I could bring a shooting army and put in a position where I couldn't shoot? It's insane. Only Oogloo because nerfs cowardly shooting. I mean, that is true. It is cowardly. I've just spent 3 days building Slave Startant's army list based around Sale and the Faithless, and then just checked the points, and they have made him a fucking legend. Can we talk about the fact that they call them legends as well? It's like, oh, I really like those Tomb Kings. Like, they're legends. And it's like, oh, that sounds really impressive. Can I play with them? No, legend means no. Legend means infamous. And what is the actual definition of legend? Let's go find out. One moment, Twitch chat. Talk amongst yourselves about whatever you like. I'm just going to be weird over here. Legends. Legend. Oh no, Legends. Well, there's apparently a film called Legends, and also a bar near me called Legends. What does the word mean? Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm so sorry, podcast guys. This is terrible. Okay. A traditional story, sometimes popularly regarded as historical, but not authenticated. Oh, so it does make sense, because it's not authentic. Maybe. Yeah, cool. So they're legends. I don't know, legends seems to like up the stakes. It's just like, okay, I've got my regular models, and it's like, are they legends? It's like, no, they're not legends. Also, you could do a legends only tournament, which is cool. Just call it the Legends, yeah, or the Legends of something. That's a cool tournament. Probably not have as many people, but still fun. Get all the old hammer guys in, if they're guys. I don't mind realms if I already know which one is ahead of time. Trying to sneakily add it to match play is a very weird move. Agree with that. I like realms curated by TO or rolled for randomly. Man needs flavor. What at the? Oh, do you mean everyone at the? Do you mean by the TO rolled for randomly or at the table rolled for randomly? Because I would find that super weird if it was like each player rolls. Rolls could go away. Nice. Lol Rob is officially a man who reads Google now. Yes. I wish you guys were my local gaming club instead of the mouth breather sex pests that unlock my local gaming store. The problem is just because we're like, you don't know us, we actually are mouth breathing sex pests. That's the biggest problem. Well, I'm not, but Hook and Pin is. Hook and Pin in the chat, everyone. Swift Talk agents are no longer real, but no, they're legends. League of Legends. Right. Seraphon coalescing realms get a massive buff, which they don't need. Saying this is a Seraphon player, says Gold Bear. So yeah, also the impact on the realm spells as well. Like for instance, Marathi is pretty strong. No, not Marathi. That's a bad example. Gotrek, pretty strong. If I have Gotrek in my army and Life Swarm, I can heal D3. But if I have Empowered Life Swarm, I could heal D6. So, like, if I pick the Realm of Life, I get Empowered Life Swarm. I get Empowered Portal, Empowered Bridge. There are loads of examples of 50% of the time my army's so much stronger. And maybe you don't put it in as, like, maybe you don't put it as, like, the crux of your list. Like, I have to roll the Realm. Oh, I didn't roll the Realm, I lose. But it's a huge bonus, right? Anyway, whatever. Hello, Tristan. What up? Coalesced ignore take negative terrain features. Fantastic chat is in the guy as well. Oh my god. Legends for days. That's what we are. If you had to homebrew the world's politicians into kill teams for 40k, who would you pick and what would their abilities be? I would only pick Jacinda, whatever her last name is, from wherever that place is, New Zealand, because she has got her shit together and she can lead the team. That's the one politician I'd pick. No others. Maybe for like a spy role / no, because it's kill team. If I was like getting an administrator, obviously Putin, obviously, like, because he'd be the bad guy, but Jacinda, whatever, because she's got her shit the hell together. Her and Merkel, let's put them on a team. Let's be boxing everyone out. They'd be smashing it. How would you feel at a tourney? Okay. Where each table had a set realms, some with no specific realms, so the tables are themed, but there's no chance, depending on your ranking, that you can end up on the same realm every game or different. Jacinda Arden, thanks, Zachary. Putin. What was the question? I just think it's too impactful. It's too impactful. The terrain features that are actually, like, it means you can't play KO. You can't play KO. Like, you're like, okay, we're all shooting. Like, why would you do that? Why would you just have that in? Like, I just don't see the point of it. The game's fine enough. You don't need it. Like, I saw someone else on Twitter be like, oh, you're randomly ignoring stuff, like, because you choose not to. It's just like, yeah, because it's bullshit. I can't be arsed with it. Like, that's me. That's me. Like, if I went to an event and they were like, you have to use the realm and roll off the realms, I'd be like, sweet. And I would intentionally pick the most obnoxious fucking build that I could think to utilize that. And I would just rip a new one out of the event. Because you're giving me a tool to do something in a competitive setting which is negative. Like, you give me that tool, I'm going to use that tool. My point about ignoring the realms, yeah, is don't let me have the tool. That's basically the situation. It's like when you're going into the Thunderdome and they're like, what do you want? Little spear? Yeah. I'm like, no, I'll have the bazooka, please. And they're like, this might not be a very entertaining watch for all the fans because you're just going to bazooka the guy and win. I'm like, yeah, but if you give it to me, I'll use it. Just don't let me have the bazooka. Just give me like knuckle dusters, maybe like dildo fingers that I have to try and kill him with. That would be really hard. To clarify, tournaments should have curated realms. TOs choose each realm. If I have a pickup game with my pals at the club, roll for a random realm. Realms are fun. Yes, realms are fun in a random pickup game. Not, well, I don't think. Well, anyway. Best technique for pre-tournament nerves for the relative noob. Best technique for pre-tournament nerves. Just go with someone if you can. And if you can't, right on the event, it's like, hey guys, I'm coming to this event on my own. Is there anyone else going on their own? And also, Will Dockrell, thanks for donating 250 bits to the show. Bing, bing, bang, bong. You're great. I'd say, yeah, just message and just be like, because there'll be someone, and just say to the TO, like, hey, I'm coming on my own, or hey, I'm a bit nervous. And they'll be like, no problem. I'll introduce you to some bros. And there'll be some dudes who'll just be like, yeah, whatever, man, let's go. Yeah, because there'll be a whole bunch of guys there who are going just to have a laugh. Just to have a laugh. And they'll be like, I'll take you on. Let's go. Most people just go to tournaments just to make new friends. That's my thoughts. Shamrock for Derry girls. Quick. You don't need weapons, Rob. You are a student of... be like water. Yeah, I'll be like water. Exactly. Imagine everyone in their underwear. Realm rules, every terrain is too much. If each player picked two, one in his territory, one in the others would be better. Just not dudes. Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, that was my thoughts. I was like, I'm not doing that. Like, not for match play. Like, because I just think you could be really abusive about it. In fact, actually, I'm going to go write some lists and figure out some ways I can be really abusive with it. I mean, Spell Portal comes to mind, especially with Nagash, like, and/or Techless, and/or any of the Megacasters. Seems like a straight-up call. To me personally, and I'm sure there are some other versions of that I could also utilize. So 50% of the time, my army is just a lot stronger. Okay. Tournament friends cries 0 fave game votes. Will a boy ever be born that can swim faster than a shark? I mean, haven't sharks been evolving for like 250 million years? Like a long time. I don't know. I don't think so. And also they're able to be transported via tornadoes now, so I'm not sure if they could. Maybe. The real question is who's the fastest swimmer in Age of Sigmar? Probably the Ironeth. Although, do they swim? And the other guys swim? Because the eels float on the Aether Sea, so does the turtle and the sharks. But what are the thralls doing? Are they swimming? In the Aether Sea? Does that make sense? If you guys don't know how the Ironeth Deep can work, basically, you're on like a land. You're at like Cleethorpes or like Skeggy, and which are beaches. Like for people outside of England, Skegness is like this idyllic holiday resort where only the fanciest of folk may travel to. And what happens is, let's say you're there on the veranda, and a wave, but not a wave, like a sea, like kind of like a mist, maybe like fog, comes in. And then, like, the eels and the sharks ride on it. That's the narrative, and that's how the boats end up there, because they kind of bring the boats with them and kind of plonk them down, because it's a sea, right? Now you're getting it. But, what do the thralls do? Are the thralls swimming? I don't actually know the answer to that. Does anyone know? I'm going to ask that Doug fella from 2 Plus Stuff. He might know. Aggressively wading. Like Saving Private Ryan. They're just getting in there. It's going to be... I think we need to be clearer with our language between match play and tournament play. Cisco Cabbage. I played 2 games of Frogs vs Warhordes yesterday. It was match play, but definitely not tournament play. Thanks, Colonel Cabbage. Yes, I mean tournament play, not match play. Match play, you can pretty much like mess around quite a bit with your mates. So thanks, Colonel Cabbage, and I'll try to be clearer with my language in the future on that. I appreciate that. Match play, which isn't tournament play, should just be called play. Probably true. Probably. I mean, but then, oh my god, this, yes. Thrall's Walk. The Idoneth can walk and move normally through the Aether Sea. What? What? This? I like aggressive wading. Nope. Next time I see a unit of Thralls, I'll be like, look at those guys, aggressive. That's why they're so. That's why their stance is so wide. They're trying not to get knocked over. They're just like, and that's why their reach is only 1 inch and not 2 inches, even though they're on 32mm bases. Is because they're like slowed down a little bit by the waves. They're trying to swing, but the water is stopping them. Cracked it. Anyway. Can you play tournament play with Trogs? Isn't that an oxymoronic statement? No, you can. How dare you? So that's my thoughts on Realms. I think Realms for tournament play sucks. It's my feeling. But that's me. That's just me. No one has to agree. That's just for me. If I was writing a pack, I wouldn't include the Realms. I don't think they're useful. Don't see what they bring to the game. And I actually think they obfuscate the problems in the game. For example, let's say that there's a particularly nasty KO build. Let's just pick that. I'm not saying there is one, just saying let's say. Yeah, and it's very shooty orientated. Yeah, and so, but the stats on the KO are like, oh, they've only got 55% win rate. But every event is like roll off, and for like 50% of the time, people are rolling off the one that blocks shooting. Like, it obfuscates the stats. Like, it doesn't let you see that there's a problem in that scenario. And we've already got enough other information to try and wade through, like matchups, battle plans are another good example. And it just seems silly. But if we want to do it, let's do it. Let's break it up. Might do that show on Monday. Let's break the realms. Let's see what shitty things we could do in the realms. I'm in. I'm ready. Let's do it. If an army needs a unit of gladiators armed with nets and tridents, it is Idoneth. Yeah, that's true. Have you used the Fimararch in armies? The Fimararch? I have some Fimir and Fimir Noble, but are they legends yet? Does anyone know if they stuck around in the new GHB? Actually, something I need to check. Because if they didn't and they've been legended, then that is the weirdest release of stuff they've ever done, where they kind of released some stuff, and in one GHB you could play them with a Fimararch Noble as a general, then the Fimir became Battle Line, and you could take that, but no allegiance abilities, no special stuff, just random dudes. Do you think now that there are better rules for 2v2s in GHB in 2020, we'll see more 2v2 tournaments? Maybe, but there would have to be no COVID, so not sure. To be honest, 2v2s are great though. Doubles events are the most fun, real fun. Well, not the most fun. They're really fun. They're really, really fun. So anything that encourages those, I think, is a positive. For Mirror Legends now, shut up. That's actually really sad. That's really sad. I just turn them into something else. They could just be what's a good 40mm chaosy looking unit or something. I don't know. You could turn them into something. That's a shame that they're for Legends. Would you say that the new refined rules are a bit underwhelming? I'm using that in the future. Welcome to the... These are a bit underwhelmings. They don't work for Spawn. I find it interesting that, in my experience, despite having worse stats, Beast Girls players are happier with their army than Sylvaneth players. Why do you think this is? Can't miss what you didn't have. I guess so. I think that's probably... Yes. Yeah, I'd say that's probably fair. I was about to do a terrible analogy, so I'm not going to do that. Maybe that's right. Maybe because the Sylvaneth book got a new book. Like, imagine if you got the Beast of Chaos book, the new one, and you guys got worse. That would be really different to getting the Beast of Chaos book and spiking up a little bit. But if you got worse, holy baby. But isn't it better that we get less units? That gives Games Workshop space to do a better job in the future. They're definitely going to release new armies that are Grinaldi and more units. The game's only going to get bigger with more armies and more units than... And the stuff they've legended is the stuff that they should have really legended like 4 years ago. They just haven't had the... I mean, it's nice that they didn't. Like, let's give them that. I'll say that. It's nice that they didn't. So, they should have just legended the stuff earlier, but they haven't. So there you go. Greenskins are legends too, even though all Uruk are valid in Big War, so all my greenskins now count as bone splitters. Oh, I didn't know that. They've legended a lot of stuff. That's actually quite sad. BCK's book was fairly solid when it was launched, right? It was just shadowed by everything that came after. Azrak, I don't think it was very solid when it launched. Like, the Zangor were good, and the Enlightened were good. But that's about it. They've only ever won 2 events. Ever. That's it. In the whole history of the book. I think that's right, yeah. Serious question, did you ever feel awkward playing at Warhammer World after you first left Games Workshop? I did. I used to get panic attacks when I went back there because the working there was quite abusive. I felt definitely emotionally at least, and so I felt quite intimidated. But I made sure I went back to play games with my friends because that's what I like doing, and to get over that. So over it now, which is nice. But yeah, it wasn't fun for a while. Our local game store here in Melbourne, ooh, nice, are planning an Anvil of Apotheosis tournament. Wicked. 3 months to crest build, to build, convert, and paint your hero, who must be your general. 1 day, 3 games, painting competition, and hero brawl. All heroes. See, I'm into that. Gold Bear. This is what, like, so I was talking about last night with Mr. Mephisto, who you can go and see, the Magic Mr. Mephisto. You can go and watch his show last night, I think, on YouTube, or maybe on his VOD, on his Twitch channel. I'd like to see more tournaments doing more janky things. The fact that I want Realms just left out of tournament play Warhammer, yeah, as I see as a standard, yeah, that's my feelings on it, means that I also want to see Anvil of Apotheosis 1 day tournaments, and I'm like, 100% want to go to that. Paint on my dude, take it, go and have a good time. Really want that. That sounds great. Really, really into that. Beastgears as an army play like the kind of should hordes of combat bodies. Sylvaneth used to be really mobile army with lots of tricks and strong magic, and their playstyle got completely changed. It feels like I own a different army now, and I'm going to sell it. Sad, says Pete. Yeah. And you can't really change it with points either. Apart from a Lariel 0 points. Anyone in with that? Oh, okay. This sounds like a great event around the Anvil. Yeah, it does. 2 weeks to Cinderful Gaming GT. Oh, nice, good. So you got some events happening in Australia, I think. There's also a team tournament happening in New Zealand. There's some events happening in Germany. I think there's a couple of events happening in the Nordics, somewhere around there as well. And then I'm not sure about events in Canada right now. I think there might be ones after Christmas. So it's a bit kind of weird, isn't it? Like, I got a question for the Twitch chat. I guess my real question is, so the Super Series stuff that we've been talking through is going to have 2 teams of 4 and 5 crew. So there'd be 13 people at the event, and they'd all be very, very distanced from each other. I feel like that might be safe and comfortable. You know, you do masks. Everyone wears gloves, like, sort of situation. But the masks is a big one. Everyone washes their hands. So my question to you guys is, like, where do you feel comfortable? Because I haven't actually asked anyone this yet. Like, when do you think you'd be comfortable playing at a tournament, and what numbers would they have to be around at the moment, based on current situation, I guess is my question. Budtastic Guy is hosting an event next month, which is good, which is over in Canadia. Can we have a bondage gear tournament? I guess. Listen, you make it. Someone will go. Ben Clapperton feels comfortable going now. Cinderful Gaming, I'm in SA. We have 0 cases caught in the state for almost 2 months now. Okay. So that's Southern Australia. Now, because I'm interacting with adults, this is Redwood, not just despairing, just battering down the hatches and waiting patiently for a new book. Okay. We're back at the club nights now. Was it WS10? 2 tables, so 24 people. Okay. For me, it's a lot down to spacing at the venue. Good point. It's possibly an interesting point to study how process affects. Okay. I'll be comfortable once there's a vaccine. Till then, it's no games for me. I think that's fair. I'm not going near a club or event before March 2021 at the earliest. All right. I think the biggest issue is toilets and meal provision. If they sort those, then tables themselves seem fairly safe. Okay, that's a good point. Sadly for me, I think it'll be a while and probably post-vaccine for me to go to tourneys again, says Mimer. As my father has cancer, so I don't want to risk infecting him by accident. And also, big love to him, Mimer, and I hope he recovers or like puts it in remission. I think is the right way to describe it. If I'm trying to just send some love. If I'm doing it badly, I apologise. My next tournament is seriously going to be in 2022. Not a joke. I'm serious. 2022. Wow. That's probably about I would see. I'm currently set to attend Confrontation in October, which has been scaled down to 40 players with 2 meters between each table, all masks, plenty of ventilation. Okay. We're currently in the second wave territory in the EU. Wouldn't really want to have large events right now. I'm honestly not worried about COVID at all. That's just my views. I'd still be painting the night before the tournament. Good. Our local game club has 2 stores and is super pumped for Super Series. We're gonna have store versus store showdown. Ah, all right, Gold Bear. I'm into that. There's a 40k tournament in a few weeks. They're making masks mandatory. Masks should be mandatory at tournaments. Let's have that conversation. Whether or not you agree or don't agree, the science says masks should be mandatory at tournaments until there's a vaccine, which means all of you, every one of you, every TO should put it in place, and if a TO doesn't, you should have a word with them. That's a fact. Like, we could get into a row about it if you want to in the comments, but I'm just going to ignore you, right? Masks mandatory at events, end of conversation, until there's a solution, right? That's it. Okay. So we could row about it if you want, but we're just wearing, like, and I will be a dick about people who don't enforce it at their events. Like, I'm just going to draw a line in the sand. If you don't agree with me, I respect your right to not agree with me, but that's it. That's where I'm going. I'd hate to wear them, but I know it's the right thing to do. Exactly. It's uncomfortable. It's going to make my beard look terrible. I'm not for it. I don't want to look terrible. With masks, we can get creative and cosplay the shit out of it. See, C4D dart main. That's the correct way. That's more constructive. I should be more constructive. Let's be creative about masks. Let's push that mask envelope. Let's make it so they're cool to wear, and let's get it so that they're a thing. Interesting, the event in Amsterdam later this year says masks are optional. What? Come on, those guys are normally smart on that. Honest Wargamer masks go on sale. We could do some, I guess. Yeah, I'll speak to the department. They do that. I imagine everything I'm touching is covered in shit. Gloves and masks always, says Will Dockerall. Trog the message. Trog says, don't be a silly squig and wear your mask. Agreed. So 40k has a Space Marine theme mask. Nice. So go and check that out again. I'm going to retweet that later. You could have a mask with a novelty beard on it. Or a mustache. Whatever you view, if you go to tournament, you abide by the rules. Yes, Primal. I've been meeting up with my buddy at Bristol venue to play games, and we wear masks the whole time. We tend to yell a lot, and it makes you overheat. Definitely need to remember to stay hydrated more than ever before. Always drink that water. I'm a bus driver in Stockholm, says Rur. Sweden, so the chance of getting COVID-19 is high already, so I can play a tournament like tomorrow. It's a dark way of looking at it, I guess. All right. Listen, it's been fun talking to you guys. It's been real fun. This is I feel a lot better than I did at the start of the show. I hope I'm not sure as a podcast this is remotely useful. So if you are the podcast guys, drop me a message. I'm sure you prefer to have guests or someone else on. Gaz. Gaz is downstairs, so I can't show you guys, but I can show you my, if you guys are interested, my Catafron Destroyers. Don't know if the camera will pick that up. But there you go. My Catafron Destroyers are getting done pretty sharpish. Don't forget, I've told myself I'm going to get these done by the end of the week, which I'm pretty hype about. I've got 12 to do, which is like some stupid points. Maybe like I think they're like 350 points for a squad of 6. So that's already 700 points if I get those 12 done. And I got most of 6 done yesterday, so it should be fine. Podcast guys say, fuck you, buddy. Yeah, we're all the guests. Yes, my guests. Great chat. Yeah, everyone say safe and active and healthy. It's surprising how hostile some people are about masks. I have a lot of views from total strangers since wearing my Harold Shipman mask on the bus. Tomorrow we've got Scribs is on. It's rain. When do you think Doggers and Swingers will get back at it? I'm not sure. I'll check my news site. Have you ever listened to the Legends of the Painted Men, Rob? I have. They're fantastic. They're funny. They're smart. They're articulate. They're really great dudes. I mean, I don't know them personally, but they're very, very funny. Very funny individuals. And I'm like, there are so many great content creators. There are loads of great ones. And other than me, you should go check them all out and give them some love. Which is basically what I'm going to end it. Your face is your shield and not your mask. I'm going. You guys are great. Thanks today. Sorry it wasn't like wonderful. It was just me yammering away. I will have some guests lined up for next week, and we'll get it all back to being like a serious thing. It's like, oh yeah, interesting point. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, you're really clever. It's so nice to have you on. We'll do all that, and we'll have some really cool dudes. You guys are great. Have a great day. Look after yourselves. Join me later on, 4 p.m. on the T Sports Network Twitch. Join me on that for the Super Series FAQ. Yeah? You guys are great. Loads of love. Take care of yourself. Bye.